that the pain you feel right now, every sleepless night, every time you check your phone hoping she texted, every moment your stomach turns thinking of her with someone else, is not the end of you. It's the beginning. It's the raw material, the fire that's going to forge something ruthless, focused, and unstoppable inside you. Your breakup didn't destroy you. It freed you. It burned the weakness off your soul. Now you either stay broken or rise as something no woman, no loss, no one can ever control again. Before we start, smash that subscribe button and hit like right now, because I'm about to give you the dark truth about heartbreak that 99% of men will never hear. But you're about to use it to rebuild your mind, your mission, and your masculinity. You scroll through her Instagram. You check her Snapchat stories at 3 a.m. You text every 4 hours hoping for an answer. Silence. That tightness in your chest. That's your ego bleeding. That hollow place in your gut. That's your identity dying a slow death. You are not alone. Millions of men have been right where you are. The guy who got dumped because she needed space. Translation: she already has someone else. The man who was left mid-text, mid-video call, mid-I love you. The fighter who gave her everything, time, affection, loyalty, only to be tossed aside the moment she got bored. But here's the brutal truth. She didn't break your heart. You handed her a weapon and let her pull the trigger. You gave her power over your emotions. You built her a throne in your mind. And now that she's gone, your throne is empty, and you're starving. That pain, that's your opportunity. The dark psychology of attachment. Let's talk about neurochemistry for a second. When you're with her, dopamine floods your brain. Her smile, her touch, her scent. You become addicted. When she leaves, dopamine plummets. Your brain screams for that quick hit. You chase her text like a junkie chasing a needle. Fact: breakups are literally neurological withdrawals. You're experiencing cravings, cold sweats, insomnia, anxiety. Your mind is a battlefield, and your ex's absence is the enemy cannon launching shells of panic straight into your skull. Here's the shadow truth. You can't outrun your biology, but you can outsmart it. Knowledge is power. Once you understand you're in withdrawal, you stop calling it, "I miss her." You call it, "I'm high off addiction." Now you have a mission. Beat the craving. Attachment isn't love, it's chemical dependency. Holding on isn't loyalty, it's cowardice. Chasing her approval isn't romance, it's self-sabotage. You build a cage around yourself with your own desires. Now I'll show you how to burn it down. Let me tell you about Derek. Not his real name, but his story is real. 6 months ago, Derek was at rock bottom. He lost his job. His girlfriend left him for someone more ambitious, and his best friend ghosted him because he brought bad vibes. Every night, he stared at his bedroom ceiling, rerunning every moment in his head. If I'd called 1 minute sooner, if I'd been more successful, if I hadn't screwed up. He almost quit. He refused to leave the house. He let anger twist into depression. He nursed self-pity like a badge of honor. Sound familiar? One night, Derek woke up in a cold sweat. He realized something important. No one's coming to save me. He had been waiting for pity, for a friend to pick him up, for a "do you okay, bro?" text. But that text never came. The universe didn't care about his pain. So he made a choice. He smashed his phone. No more stalking her social media. He wrote down every excuse he'd been telling himself. "I'm not ready to move on. I'll never find anyone else. I'm worthless." He lit that paper on fire, literally watching his lies burn. Then he stared at the flames and said, "I choose pain. I choose truth. I choose to face my demons." 2 weeks later, he had a gym routine. 1 month later, he was reading books on mindset and dark psychology. 3 months later, he had a side business making $2,000 a month. 6 months later, his ex texted him begging for closure. He didn't reply. Today, Derek is a warrior. His heartbreak fueled him to rebuild from rubble. You can be that man too, but only if you swallow these truths without flinching. Mindset shifts. Forge yourself in the fire. This is the meat of our talk. I'm about to drop several mindset bombs, cold, hard truths that cut through the excuses. I'm teaching you like you're 5, but the blow will land like a sledgehammer. For point 1, pain is your weapon, not your weakness. Simple fact. Pain isn't an enemy. It's a teacher. When you feel your chest burn with loneliness, that's your ego begging for attention. When you bawl in the shower, That's your soul crying out for cleansing. Instead of running from a pain, do this. Name it. This is heartbreak. My brain is in withdrawal. Use it. Channel it into the gym, into books, into projects. Let every drop of pain sharpen your will. Crave discomfort. If you avoid every hardship, you never grow. Seek the burn of a cold shower, the exhaustion of sprint, the humility of starting from zero. Each time you survive, you become stronger. Your identity was a lie. Build a new one. You told yourself, I'm nothing without her. Reality. You let her define your worth. You put your identity on layaway. Rebuild yourself from scratch. List everything she liked about you. Maybe your humor, your drive, your soft side. Now decide, do I want to be that man? Or do I want to become someone better? Someone she couldn't even imagine? Create a new mantra. I am the architect of my own destiny. Say in front of the mirror until your reflection bleeds belief. You are not the guy she dumped. You are a philosopher in darkness, a soldier in waiting, a king without a crown. Claim it. Dopamine detox. Rewire your brain. Fact. Social media is a dopamine factory. Scrolling through your ex's life gives you a hit, then crash. Action. Detox. Delete her on every platform. Block her. Unfollow everyone who posts pictures of them together. Replace. Instead of chasing likes, chase skills. Learn a language, read a tough book, code a basic app, meditate for 10 minutes a day. The slow burn dopamine of mastery is bulletproof. Daily ritual. Wake up without checking your phone for 30 minutes. Journal. What am I grateful for? What will I conquer today? 1 hour of pure focus on self-improvement. No excuses. Embrace radical self-responsibility. Excuse. I can't move on because she was my soulmate. Truth. Soulmates are myths. Real relationships are built by two grown men taking responsibility. You. Acknowledge your part in the breakup. Maybe you settled. Maybe you ignored red flags. Maybe you lack confidence. Own it. Swallow pride. I failed, but I learned. Then vow, next time, I will not repeat these mistakes. If you never look in a mirror and face your flaws, you'll sabotage every future relationship. The power of no contact and no tomorrow. No contact. This isn't just blocking her. This is holy war on your old life. No texts. No calls. No driving by places she might be. No accidental encounters. Every time you see her face, your brain lights up like a slot machine. Pull the lever once, and you pay the price. No tomorrow. Stop saying, tomorrow I'll move on. Tomorrow is a lie. Today is the only reality. Decide right now. I move on today. I heal today. I become unbreakable today. Build your new reality. Action steps. Cold shower challenge. 7 days straight proof to yourself you can endure pain and still stand tall. Daily journaling. Write down your darkest thoughts and burn the page at night. You're not that broken boy anymore. Solidarity circle. Find 2 or 3 men who won't let you wallow. Create a pact. No whining, no excuses, only progress reports. The 1 hour rule. When the craving to text or call her hits, you drop everything and do something productive for 1 hour. Push-ups, reading, cold calling a business contact, learning a skill. By the time an hour passes, the craving loses power. Set a 30-day challenge. Whether it's writing a 10,000-word novel outline, running 100 kilometers, launching a little side hustle. Pick something that scares you. Something big enough that she can't ignore your glow up when she sees you 6 months from now. Right now, you might be asking yourself, okay, but how do I make her want me? How do I make her regret letting me go? That's a perfectly normal question. The desire to have power over her mind is exactly where most men get stuck. They obsess over messages like, why isn't she answering? Does she hate me? Does she even think about me? Let me make something crystal clear. If you tie your self-worth to her regret, you'll never escape this mental prison. But if you learn the dark psychological triggers that make someone feel your absence, then, and only then, you'll break the cycle of need. Next week, I'm working on dropping a video that will walk you through the 5 psychological triggers that make her brain light up when she thinks of you. How to plant subconscious seeds of doubt so she wonders, what is he up to? The art of subtle detachment. How to be everywhere and nowhere at once in her mind. If you're sick of feeling powerless, Hit that bell icon so you don't miss it. Because once you understand these triggers, you become the ghost she can't get out of her head. Strategies to become unbreakable. We're not done yet. I want you to walk out of here mentally bulletproof. So let's dive deeper into practical strategies that you can start implementing today. 6.1 The Alpha Routine. Structure is your armor. Wake up at 5 a.m. No snooze button. The second you open your eyes, sit up, breathe hard for 10 seconds, and mentally recite your mantra. I own my life. Exercise, daily, 30 minutes minimum. Doesn't matter if it's running, weightlifting, martial arts. Push your body until it begs for mercy. The pain in your muscles is nothing compared to the agony in your heart. And if you can push past muscle pain, you can push past heartbreak. Learn, daily, read at least 20 pages of a tough book, something on strategy, philosophy, or dark psychology. Consume ideas that challenge you. Knowledge is the only thing no one can ever take from you. Skill, daily. Spend one focused hour on a skill that moves you closer to the man you want to be. Maybe it's coding a simple app. Maybe it's learning a new language. Maybe it's mastering a job-related certification. Structure kills anxiety. When your day is mapped out, there's no time to obsess over her. Your mind is too busy growing. Emotional immunity. Face your demons head on. Stop lying to yourself. If you're still checking her social media, you're lying. If you're hoping she'll call, you're lying. Admit it. Name the fear. I'm afraid I'll never be loved again. I'm scared of being alone forever. I'm terrified she's with someone better. Write it down in black and white. Then stare at it until your eyes burn. Why? Because fear thrives in darkness. The moment you shine a light on it, it loses power. Reframe fear as fuel. Every time that fear creeps in, shout, "Thank you, fear. Now I know what to crush." Turn it into energy. Create a new social circle. Surround yourself with warriors. Your friends matter more than you think. If you got a buddy who says, "Man, she was the best thing that ever happened to you," that friend is dragging you down. You need men who spit truth in your face. She was toxic. You deserve better. Get off your ass and build something. If you don't have that circle, find one. A gym crew, a mastermind group, a men's mentorship program, even an online community full of guys who refuse to budge on self-development. When you share your goals, they hold you accountable. When you fail, they push you to get up. 6.4 The No Pleasure Rule. Delay gratification. Your ex was a pleasure island. Her texts, her calls, her bed. You want that back. But that desire is what enslaves you. You must learn to delay gratification at every turn. No more random dates, especially not rebound junkies you'll regret. Focus on yourself. No mindless porn or binging Netflix. Those are just shortcuts to numb your pain. You want pain. Pain is truth. Set a 90-day no-pleasure challenge. No alcohol or minimal. No hookups. No buying things you don't need. No treats to fill emptiness. When you deny these quick hits, you recalibrate your brain. You learn that real satisfaction comes from achievement, not momentary escape. The vow of silence to the ex. If she texts you, "I miss you," or "Are you okay?" you're under a vow. Silence. Why? Because any reply is letting her know she still has power. Fact. Humans value what's scarce. If you vanish, you become a mystery. Instead, use a trusted friend as your mouthpiece. If she's desperate enough, she'll press your friend for information. Is he okay? Why isn't he talking? She'll start wondering about your life, your progress, your new reality. Meanwhile, you build that new reality. Unbothered, unbreakable, unstoppable. 6.6 6-month vision. Blueprint for unbreakability. Imagine 2 versions of you 6 months from now. The victim you, still checking in on her life. Carried around emotional baggage like a chained anchor. Wasting time on regret and what-ifs. The warrior you. 9 a.m. every morning. Hitting the gym. Prioritizing self-care. No ex on your mind. Only your goals. A side hustle that nets you an extra $500 to $1,000 monthly. New social circle of driven, honest men. Confidence so bulletproof, you could walk into any room and dominate. Which one do you choose? If you choose the warrior, here's your 6-month blueprint. Month 1, dopamine detox. Start routines. Break attachments. Month 2, hone a skill. Join a community. Build accountability. Month 3. Launch a mini project, anything that forces you to stretch. Month 4. Step outside your comfort zone, public speaking, cold outreach, learning a new trade, whatever scares you. Month 5. Double down on physical transformation. Push to levels you never imagined. Month 6. Evaluate progress. If you're not at least 70% of your vision, recalibrate and attack again. Every single day counts. One day of comfort is one day lost. Embrace discomfort. Seek it. Thrive in it. Men, heartbreak is the greatest gift you will ever receive if you know how to use it. A breakup strips you to your core, exposes your lies, tears down your ego. But from those ashes, you become something primal. A man who knows his worth, who refuses to bow to anyone, who commands respect because he learned how to respect himself first. Here's the final truth bomb. The moment you stop chasing her approval is the moment she realizes she's chasing you. You think this is just about getting her back? No, this is about getting yourself back, getting your life back, getting your power back. If you do nothing, you stay in the same damn place, scrolling, stalking, losing sleep, wasting your potential. If you act, if you smash your phone, if you build that routine, if you embrace that pain, then you become the predator in your own story, not the prey. So here's what I want you to do right now. Pause this video. Grab a pen and paper. Write down the one fear that's holding you prisoner. I'll never love again. She was my only shot. I'm not good enough. Burn that paper. Come back and hit subscribe if you haven't already. Hit like. Drop a comment. I choose to be unbreakable. Your comment is your first act of rebellion against weakness. Make it count. Remember, the world doesn't owe you anything. Your ex doesn't owe you closure. But you owe yourself a life worth living. A life that even she will envy. This is your moment. Don't waste it. Use that heartbreak as fuel. Forge yourself into a weapon. And when you emerge from these shadows, there will be no stopping you. Break up. Move on. Become unbreakable. Or stay broken forever. It's your choice. Pause. Let silence land. Subscribe now. And join me next week for the video on 5 dark psychological triggers to make her regret losing you. Because once you understand those triggers, she'll wonder what happened to that man she walked away from. And you'll already be 10 steps ahead, living your newfound life. Now go. Build yourself. Burn your past. Own your future.